Yes, for us, we still believe it's still in news because this budget we are considering contains subsidy. And if we are passing a budget already that have subsidy already contained in the document, we cannot speak because that is the document that is currently before us. And for this, you have said yes. Some quarter says the Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and was quoted saying that 40 million Nigeria will be paid $5,000 and 5,000 naira as transportation allowance in lieu of the fuel subsidy. I don't want to go into these details for now. I believe that if such proposal is to come to pass, a document to that effect must be sent to the National Assembly for us to see how possible, how visible, if this is, and how do we identify these 40 million Nigeria that are going to benefit from this process. There are still a lot of issues to be deliberated upon and looked into if eventually this will come to pass. And how do we raise this money to pay these 40 million Nigerians? Because I know that even at the subsidy or revenue being raised, are money that are coming in from this so-called oil and other sources of revenue to the federal government. So how do we? This is not provided for already in the budget as we have. We don't have anywhere in the budget where 40 million Nigeria at 5,000 naira equals this amount of about 2.4 trillion contained in that budget. And I know there must be a budgetary provision for this for us to consider. That's why I said it's still a news out there until it now formally comes to the National Assembly for either environment to the budget or reordering of the budget and so other things. So for now, I still want to take it as a rumor and as a news until it's formally laid and presented before the National Assembly. Their expenditure, which include the personnel, the overhead and the capital, the committee deem it fit that, well, what has been presented to us is fair enough, and where there are areas of augmentation, we are making known to the committee, especially in the Office of Accountant General, that maintain a 13th Federal Pay Office and a big headquarter in Abuja and Lagos, that there is need for more funds for that particular office. As we are all aware, that office will house every kobo that comes into the federal account of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And as such, more funding for that office was actually proposed by the committee. But by and large, for the office of, for the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, whose capital seems to be much, which is about 277 billion naira, more than three-quarters of this fund, that is about 269 billion, is for multilateral loans. There are loans that are currently ongoing, and as such, the committee deemed it fit that we should allow this to continue so that at least government can complete all various projects attached to this multilateral loan as contained in the budget that was submitted before the National Assembly. And by and large, all other issues remain the same, as I've said. While the Nigerian bulk electricity trading budget of capital of about 150 billion was also retained, because that served as an electricity subsidy by the federal government, since the Nigerian bulk electricity trading warehouse money that are paid to the GENCOs and the DISCOs. These are the fund where the fund is being paid from time to time, and as such, it has been calculated, has been put together from the beginning to the end of the year. So the sum of 150 billion that have been proposed under the capital head of that particular agency was also retained by the committee, so that the federal government can meet its financial obligation in the area of payment, of augmenting whatever is left to the GENCOs and the DISCOs in this financial, in the 2022 financial year.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.